From the Warroom, it's America's morning show with Quinn and Rose, emanating from the steel buckle of the Rust Belt. By the way, where there is a developing story which really impacts on some of the things we've talked about here about how desperate the unions are now that they're losing favor both in the public sector and the private sector.
Well, I got an email from one of our listeners the other day, and she said that they're a mid-sized non-union steel fabrication firm, and they've been targeted by Local 3 Ironworks Union for the past 10 years. So we asked her to come on to the program today and explain a little bit about what's going on. Celeste Wilhelm, how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well. You have W&K Steel, is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, you said that you learned that the Allegheny County was trying to ban your shop as a sweatshop, and they were going to be voting on it. And if it was deemed a sweatshop, then you'd be prohibited from bidding on any Allegheny County jobs. And you said that the unions would send this information to all of your clients and your customers. And obviously the goal was to put you out of business. Why would they want to do that, Celeste?
Well, for the last 10 years, Local 3 has been trying to unionize us, and they've not been successful because we treat all of our employees with respect, and we offer great benefits, and we have good wages. So they have been completely unsuccessful with all their campaigns. So once that didn't work, then they said, well, let's find a new tactic. So they, about a year and a half ago, had one disgruntled employee and another gentleman that quit and said they went on strike. And so they started this campaign of We Are a Sweatshop. And they said that because we've, through the years, hired different individuals through Catholic Charities and the Jewish Family Services that were refugees from other countries. And we did that as a way to give back to the community, because how hard would it be to go to a country where you don't know the language, you don't have a job, you don't have a home, and to start all over again? So, we offer English as a second language, we offer math courses, and we hire these gentlemen and we do on-the-job training, and so that they can establish a career for themselves. And we've been really successful with this. We have, I have so many success stories, and they're great, great individuals. But instead of highlighting the greatness, the good things that we're trying to do, they have tried to turn it around, saying that we are a sweatshop, and they have gone, keep in mind, they've gone to every government agency. The union's gone to every government agency to no avail, from the NLRB to senators, congressmen, city council, no avail. Then they went to all of our customers, and they went to, which are general contractors, and once again, all the GCs know us, and they say, you know what, they do a great job. There's no truth behind what you're saying. So that's
blackmail, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Oh. It's complete blackmail. So this is an election year. So county council has people up for election, and they found an ear, and this is what they did.
Well, I want the names of the people that are doing this to, because I would make sure that they are not reelected. Now, you had a hearing last Thursday night.
Correct.
On this, and you say it was a joke. What happened at the hearing?
We learned about this last Monday when Jared Barker called us and said, hey, by the way, President Fitzgerald feels that there's two sides to every story and would like to hear your side. Meanwhile, apparently this has been going on for months, and they've had all these hearings. Never have they contacted us.
So they're discussing you in these hearings, and you have no idea that's going on.
No idea. Last November, they, who was it, Charles Martoni, Dr. Charles Martoni sent us a letter.
Well, see, you have to tell everybody who these people are, just so people are listening.
Dr. Charles Martoni is counsel for Council District 8. He's on the county council. And he sent us a letter saying, we're coming tomorrow, and we're bringing a delegation. It was not on county council letterhead. It was just on plain paper. I had never heard of him. And I had my attorney, David Levine of Blumling and Gusky, write a letter saying, and he called them, he wrote letters, and he sent emails saying, you are welcome to come and tour their shop. However, we cannot let a delegation of however many people you're bringing go through the shop. It's not safe, and under our insurance, we can't do it. And instead of responding to the letter, and instead of setting up a tour, they showed up with a busload of people that are not affiliated with us at all, staged a protest for the media. As soon as the media left, so did the bus, and I couldn't let them in. I told them, Dave wrote you guys a letter saying, I can't let this group of people in, but you're welcome to come back. We never heard from them again until last Monday.
And that's when they told you that they were holding hearings and they were going to make a determination on whether or not you were a sweatshop?
Exactly.
And the newspaper here in Pittsburgh said that the next vote was actually 2 days, or yesterday. Today's Wednesday, Tuesday.
So we found out that it was really a serious threat on Wednesday. Thursday was their hearing, which was just a kangaroo court. And then Tuesday they voted. And it was decided because if you read the article that Rich Fitzgerald quoted in yesterday, he said, well, they can always go back and contest it. So yesterday, Rich Fitzgerald was acting as though it had already passed. And keep in mind, every member of our shop showed up at both the meeting last Thursday and last night, and they were denied the right to speak at both meetings.
Really?
Yeah, because when we went to the meeting on Thursday...
Do you have a lawyer representing you in these meetings?
We do. We have Bloomer and Gusky and David Levine and Maureen Sweeney. And they've been wonderful. I mean, David and Maureen were both, I think, shocked at what went on at these last two proceedings. I mean, it was just ridiculous.
What's going to happen as a result of the last two proceedings? Where are you right now?
Well, as of last night, Rich Fitzgerald and Dr. Martoni pushed it through that we are considered a sweatshop for just jobs that have funding from Allegheny County. So it's not jobs in Allegheny County, but funding. Chuck McCullough, Vince Gustab, Matt Drozd, and Jay Ray were the only ones who said what we were saying. You know, Chuck McCullough said, this council is up here judging people with no facts, no sworn testimony, only hearsay from two disgruntled employees and union affiliations speaking against us.
Well,
and
that's because you wouldn't, because you're not you're a non-union shop, and
right.
and they're doing well. Your employees are doing well. Can't they interview your employee? I mean, what happens from here? What are you going to do?
Well, from here we got to talk to our attorneys because literally we've had 5 days, a week now, to try and wrap our arms around this. And so, I think our next thing is we got to sit down with them and say, what can we do? But I don't think suing is out of the question because they are damaging the reputation of our company based on no facts. There are 8 criteria that you have to meet as a company, as a sweatshop. We do not meet any of those criteria.
And yet this bozo, listen to this, President Rich Fitzgerald, Democrat from Squirrel Hill, candidate for county executive, by the way.
Right,
he's going to be running against the Tea Party candidate, Patty Weaver. He said the company could have avoided tonight's vote by allowing council members to inspect the factory, which of course you said you would allow them to do. Now this is a quote from Fitzgerald. Get this. Yeah. I'm glad that we got their attention. If they're cornered, their actions, if they correct their actions and prove that they're worthy of doing business with the county, council members can vote to rescind the sweatshop label.
What hubris.
Can you believe that?
What
to prove that you're worthy? How about the fact that you have contributed to this community in great ways? How about the fact that you are employing people in this community in great ways? This is just astounding to me. Absolutely astounding. This is an outrage. I am asking that everybody that's listening to this show make a phone call to the Allegheny County Council. Get their phone number. Anybody? We need the county council's phone numbers.
Yeah,
and keep in mind that Mr. Dan Honorato can veto this. So
then you know what? Then we need to demand that Dan Honorato do that.
This is an outrage.
How dare you destroy business in this county? Like, that's the last thing we need to have happen here. Yeah, and are you freaking crazy, man?
And they're destroying this business on behalf of the entities. Unions. On behalf of the entities who themselves destroy business around here. They're
the ones that should be investigated.
Let me tell you something. If your steel company went union tomorrow, everything that's been done to you will evaporate the next day. It'll be all gone.
Absolutely. They're threatening. They basically have said that and threatened that. How dare you say you will deem them worthy?
Thugs.
Right.
Worthy? How worthy are you to make this judgment, sir, I ask you?
What is your payroll? Or can you tell?
It's kind of personal.
Maybe it's personal, but it's got to be in the millions of dollars, and it's being pumped into this economy. And if you go Galt and